Hi, it's Colin McIntyre and I'd like to welcome you to another Funnel Franchise Success Tips video. So this is the third in the series about using RedTrack as your click tracker when you're using Bing or Microsoft advertising to promote a Clickbank product. So in this third and final video in this series, first I'm going to talk about the very simple way you connect your RedTrack campaign that we've set up in the previous two videos to your Bing campaign. That one's very straightforward. I've then answered the so what question. Why are we doing all of this? And so I talk you through the RedTrack functionality around reporting. And I then show you a real world example where I've taken a campaign, a Bing Ads campaign, which is advertising a Clickbank product, and show you how to analyze the data to make some decisions on what you need to do to take a campaign from one that's not profitable to one that hopefully will be. So I hope once you've seen that, you'll understand why I recommend, firstly, you have to click track, you have to get analytics on your campaigns, and two, why I recommend RedTrack, which is the cheapest way I know to do it, why I recommend that you buy RedTrack. So at the bottom of my video, there will be included in the link, a link to go and buy RedTrack. I hope you enjoy the videos. Now, connecting RedTrack to Bing or to your Bing or Microsoft ad campaign is really easy. So you created your campaign already in RedTrack, which we did in video 2 of this series. So I'm going to work with the same Brain Training for Dogs campaign, and I'll need two things. I'll need a landing page URL, and I'll need this URL. So if I look at this campaign, Brain Training Antisocial Dogs is a landing page, and so I can copy this URL. See if I can do this. Causing a problem, antisocial dogs, so I will need that URL as well. Okay, so that's a landing page which we've already installed the tracking codes that we need. So in Bing Ads, if I'm creating an ad, and I'm just going to edit an existing one, the landing page has to be here, and hopefully you've created a responsive landing page that will work on mobile as well, and you need to click the same URL there. And then under this one, which is your tracking link, that's where you need to take the URL that was in your campaign. So that's this URL here. Okay. Click URL under campaigns. So that one goes there. You need to press test, and if it's successful, it will come back and tell you landing page found, or some words like that. Now what I've just picked up is if you change your campaign in RedTrack, and I have changed mine to 99% of my traffic is going direct to the offer rather than through the landing page, then this causes a problem in Bing. So what I would recommend is that when you are setting up initially the connection with RedTrack, is that you make sure that the campaign has one of your streams at very high weighting, probably make it 100%, weighting here, probably make it 100% that it goes through a landing page. So here I actually got 99% doesn't go to a landing page. So when Bing tests that, it goes directly to the sales page, the landing page is missed, and it gives an error. So what I would do is, as I said, make this 100%, which is going to a landing page, make that 100%, that 1% or 0%, run it, get the campaign linked, and then set these up the way you want. Now normally you'd be starting all of these on equal weighting anyway, but the way to force Bing to see the landing page is as I've just said. So RedTrack recommend that while you're developing a campaign, you're trying landing pages and checking landing pages are working, that once you've done all of that, what you do is you then clone that campaign so it has no data captured, and then use that for your full campaign. So in other words, you're in a testing period, all your testing data doesn't corrupt your campaign data. Now on the brain training for dogs, I've actually not been doing that. I've been trying various landing pages to see how I can track, and with the lead pages situation I actually can't, and I involved RedTrack support in that as well. So some of the data that's captured in my brain training for dogs campaign is actually spurious data and has nothing to do with the advertising campaign. But if it was pure, let me just explain why you go to all this trouble of integrating RedTrack. And I'll then show you the example on brain training for dogs where I've done it offline, where I can filter out the development data, and I'll show you some insights that I've got from it which are going to be really useful when you're trying to determine whether your campaign will be profitable or not. So when you've got a campaign running, it's live and you've been sending advertising from Bing, Microsoft, you can then start looking at your data. And so if I just look at 7 days worth of data, choose a grouping, well, one of the groupings I might be interested in is the stream data, because that's how I've configured I want the traffic to be split. And I'm often going to be interested in the landing pages because I'm testing different landing pages. So let's run that one to start off with. Okay, so for each day I can, let's look at an example here where I've had 5 streams running. So on stream 0, I had all my traffic was direct, and that's right because stream 0 tells the traffic to go directly to the offer, not through a landing page. All the traffic was sent to one landing page that went through stream 1, stream 2 would be direct, stream 3, all of it went through one landing page. So those are the sort of things you get. You can get the number of clicks, the number of LP views, and then the number of LP clicks. So obviously you only get an LP click value when you've sent it to a landing page. So if you've, like this one here, stream 2, on that day I sent 16 clicks, or Bing sent 16 clicks to the offer directly, there are no LP views and there are no LP clicks because the landing pages were not included. So you get your click-through rate. If you put the money in, you'll get any revenue, the cost of those clicks, and whether you've got a positive or negative ROI. So that sounds really straightforward, but the level of versatility in the reporting is huge. So if I look at this one would be a good example where I just look at the ad. I don't need the landing there because I think typically use one landing page per ad. And again, I'm only looking at the last 7 days. And here's an example where I've had a conversion, so I've had a sale, and that sale came from the Bing ad 830, where I sent 8 clicks, 1 LP view, 1 LP click, and that made a sale. So that one was 100% converting on that day. So where do you pick up things like the ad ID and the ad group ID? So what I was looking at there was ad group ID. So if I come back to my campaign, training for dogs, and I stay on ads to start off with, right over on the right hand side I'll have the ad IDs. Okay, if I just look at ad groups, which is sub ID 4, sub ID 1 on Bing is ads, but ad groups are sub ID 4. So you can do all sorts of analysis. You can do it by ad, you could do it by country, you could do it by keyword, city, all sorts of analysis. Okay, and so you could do that in a number of places. So you could do it on campaigns. So again, I'll just show you campaigns, go to the relative one, click the graph icon. You can do it on offers, and landers I don't think you can. Let's have a quick look. No, because that's one of the options. Traffic sources you can, and networks I don't believe you can. No. So it's traffic sources, offers and campaigns. You can do detailed analysis of what's been happening. So that can include your financials, if you're putting in the cost of your clicks into your campaigns, and you should do. And you can also print out complete logs. So for instance, if I was interested in that same 7-day period, I would just go to the click log. So this is clicks, set up the data for the last 7 days, identify that I was interested in brain training for dogs, apply, quite a lot of click data. So that's now run, and I can export that to a CSV file, which is how I've done some analysis, and I'm going to show you presently. So you can export your data, you can always export your reports, and the other one which I found very useful is the conversions. So again, I think I've just had 1 sale in the last 7 days. Let's have a look at that. So I'd be looking at the off-road brain training for dogs. Okay. So, and again, you can see it can be exported, but the sort of information you're getting is which campaign, which offer, was a landing page used? No, it wasn't, which is not a surprise to me on this campaign. And then you come through ad group, the query term that people search for, and the keyword in the campaign that was driving that search. So really powerful stuff. But what does it mean in practical terms? Well, let me show you an example. Don't worry about this very messy spreadsheet. As I said, there was a lot of clicks from myself because I was testing this campaign with different landing pages, trying to find out how to set up the tracking that works, and I've covered that in video 2. Also some support help. So I knew that any clicks I had from either Minsk, where RedTrack are based, or from Chipping Norton, where I'm based in Oxfordshire, I could delete and take them out. So I used the two logs. I used the conversions, and I just set the date back as far as this campaign had been running, and then I did the clicks as well. And I'll just give you an idea of the sort of insights it's given me. And as I say, don't worry about how busy this thing is. Normally you're doing this directly in RedTrack. But when I ran this report initially, I'd sent 1480 clicks. So that tells me, or RedTrack had picked up 1480 clicks, that tells me I've got a lot of data now. I can start trusting the data. I can start making decisions on it. At the stage we're at the moment, I'm having sales from this campaign, but I'm not making money. I'm losing money. And the question now, I've got a good data set, is can I change this campaign? Will it ever make me money? Or should I get rid of it? If it is going to make me money, what do I need to do to optimize it so the ROI becomes positive? And when I ran this 2 or 3 days ago, I'd had 10 sales. I've now had 11. So, but it just tells you the type of information you could get. So 746 clicks had gone to the offer. 666 of those were directly. So I had streams that sent traffic directly to the offer. 734 went through landing pages, of which 80 then went through to the offer. So that gives you an indication that only 11% of people who ever looked at my landing pages were carrying on to the offer. So not very good. And the data analysis has told me the landing pages are not working. If anything, they're less effective than sending them directly to the offer. And I'll show you that. So I'd had 4 sales through landing pages, 734 clicks. So on average, it was taking 183 clicks for me to get a sale. If I do it directly, it was 111. So more efficient to send things directly to the offer. If I actually look at how they were split, because I'm sending to 2 different ad groups, one to dogs for antisocial behaviours and one to an ad group around puppy training, and the antisocial was much better than the puppy, but still not as good as the direct. Now the interesting thing for me was it was a real eye-opener in that I'd had 5 sales, 3 of them directly and 2 of them through the landing pages around a particular ad number ending 707, 5 sales from the one ad group, and therefore I was thinking this one was the one I needed to optimize on. Well, what Bing tells me, so I went to Bing for the number. RedTrack will be slightly different because they always log slightly differently. But Bing told me I'd had 707 clicks, and they were costing me 44 pence. I'm based in the UK, so it's pounds. Sorry about that. So, and I clicked through a rate of 6.39, which looked good. So 5 sales at 707 tells me I was getting a sale every 141 clicks, and at 44p a click, it's actually costing me £62, and this is £62 before I added any tax, which I have to pay in the UK at 20%, and I convert to dollars. And what I know, I'll just move myself out of the way for a minute, is a sale brings me $31.86. Exchange rate is 1.24 as I stand today, and I've got to pay 20% tax on that. What it means is I have to be making a sale at below £21.41 in the UK to make any money at all. So looking here, on average it's costing me £62 to make a sale. I'm losing a lot of money. 3 of those came directly and 2 came through a landing page, so I've had a look at that as well. And directly again is cheaper, but it's still a long way from being profitable.
So it looks as if I will have to work very hard to make the puppy one profitable, the puppy ad group profitable. Even the best ad is very expensive. So I've paused it at the moment. I don't think I'm going to spend the time there looking to reduce the cost to a third of what it is currently, because that's very unlikely to happen. When I looked at two of the anti-social dog adverts, the profitability was better. So when I looked at them, I made 2 sales on this one, ad 105, and that was working out at 21.53. So that's very close, and it feels like there's some optimization there. I can make that one profitable. And likewise with ad ending 109, where I'd only had 1 sale, but it only cost me £27. So there's 2 ads there I want to continue with. Now actually on the 105, the following day I got another sale, and again it was a direct sale, so I had 3 direct sales now. If I split the traffic, again looking at the RedTrack data, what did I send directly and what did I send to a landing page? Well, 70 clicks went directly, and I've had 3 sales directly. So that means that it takes me on average 23 clicks when I send traffic from that ad directly to the offer page. 23 clicks at Bing is telling me that that ad is costing me 41p a click. So actually that ad, that specific ad, so far has cost me less than £10 to get a £21 sale. So this ad is the one where I'm going to spend most of my effort, but in the short term I'm also going to keep this one running as well. So I've learned from the analysis that my landing pages are not working, direct sales are more efficient, so I've now changed all my proportion from 50% direct, 50% landing pages to 99% direct and just 1% landing pages, in effect 100% going direct. The other thing I learned was from looking at the conversion report was that every keyword that converted included the word train or training. Now I had lots of keywords with train or training in, but I also had plenty which didn't have it, such as stop dogs barking or stop dogs chewing, ones where people might be looking for training material to help them solve a problem. But what this data has shown me, particularly the conversions list, is actually they're not converting. The people who are going on to buy a training program are the people who are searching for training. So I've now pulled all keywords that don't include train or training in them. So this is a real example of how using RedTrack to track your to track your clicks right through your funnel, but also to use it to funnel your traffic to the campaigns you think are working, or the parts of the campaign that are working. This is a real example. I've made the changes today, and I think my biggest question is, will I be able to get enough volume through this ad to make money? I'm pretty sure that if I can get clicks, I can have a profitable campaign. It'd be purely and simply, is there enough search traffic around? So I hope this, although it's a messy example, but it gives you some of the clues, some of the insights you can get from RedTrack data.
So that's a series of videos. I hope you've really enjoyed them. So it showed you how to use RedTrack with Bing. It showed you how to use RedTrack with Clickbank. It also showed you how to use RedTrack with landing pages made in Builderall, made in the Conversion Pros, and with Convertory. It's also explained why at the moment I wouldn't try and link RedTrack with landing pages made in Lead Pages. I'm going to shoot a few extra videos, so it's worth subscribing to this channel. So there's a button below, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you did. But what I'm going to do videos on now is, to date I've just shown you how to do them with a very straightforward landing page, or if you like, bridging page. They just move you from one straight into the offer. What I'm going to do over the next few videos is I'm going to show some examples where your landing page is actually a squeeze page or an opt-in page. So I'm going to show you examples, and I'm going to do them as 3 separate videos, I think, in this case. So I'm going to do one where you have a builder or squeeze page, or a squeeze page that's been created in Builderall, one that's been created in Convertory, and finally one that's been created in the Conversions Pro builder. And the reason I'm going to show you those is they are all slightly different to set up. Same principles, you've got the same 2 codes that we've talked about, which are the landing page tracker or landing page views tracker, but also then the click URL, which takes you through to the offer. Okay, so I hope you like the video. As I've said, hope you want to see some more. Please subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.